Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about the 4-0 Portland Trail Blazers, baby. I love it. I know you guys are loving it as well. They're one of two remaining undefeated teams in the NBA with Milwaukee, and they're taking down some really impressive teams, man. Last night, Portland didn't start off the greatest. They were down 31-23. Damian Lillard, he was doing his thing in the first half. Went on a little run to finish the second, and once the second half began, they killed it, man. Anthony Simons was off a heater. Was that 6 straight threes? He finished with 29 points in the third quarter after Dame, really brought him back. Like I'm saying, at the end of the second quarter, Dame they went on a really nice run. I mean, it was a team effort, but Damian Lillard was right there, orchestrating it all. Ended with 31, 6 and 8, 4 of 7 from downtown, and very efficient 10 of 16 from the field. Anthony Simons, it was his turn in the third, and in the fourth, it was a little bit of everybody. Jeremy Grant sprinkled in a nice little 21-point game. Even looking at Denver, man, the defense started off a little shaky. Right, start off a little shaky, particularly the first couple of minutes. The Nuggets were up 14-3. I'll tell you, after the first maybe 6 minutes or so, especially after the first quarter, I didn't even really notice Nikola Jokic or Jamal Murray. I mean, Aaron Gordon was the Nuggets' highest scoring, and that's huge for Portland, man. That was one of their knocks, and you got to keep in mind tonight they still were without Gary Payton. We're waiting for his debut for Portland, and they were also without Justice Winslow. He was out with a right ankle sprain. So you're missing two vital pieces to your team in general, but specifically on the defensive end. I mean, they bring a lot of energy, but we saw a lot of energy last night. I mean, the addition of Josh Hart, it's paying dividends, and I know, especially in that game against Los Angeles, what did Josh Hart put up? It was like 5 points, 16 rebounds, 7 or 8 assists. We saw something similar yesterday. Josh Hart finished with 6 points, 11 rebounds. 4 of those rebounds were offensive. He had a huge bucket at the end of the game, huge putback. He was just everywhere. He was awesome with offensive rebounds. He was awesome on defense. I want to see him get back to his aggressiveness like he did in the first 2 games this season, specifically in the opening night game. But Josh Hart, what an underrated pickup that we've been preaching on this channel. Blazers fans have been preaching this pickup for months now, and you're finally starting to see it. The NBA is finally starting to see it, whether they want to or not. This culture, the vibes, it's loose. I mean, they're just playing so freely out there. Real quick, I also got to talk about Shaedon Sharpe because, while we haven't necessarily seen the minute increase quite yet, we're 4 games into the season, and Shaedon Sharpe, he's playing valuable minutes. Last night, 11 points. He finished +7. That was a bench team high. 4 of 6 from the field, 1 of 2 from downtown. Got to the free throw line. He's being aggressive. He got an offensive rebound. Shaedon Sharpe, the way that it looks right now, I don't even need to talk about Shaedon Sharpe's crazy freak athleticism, what he's doing on the defensive end, what he's doing on the offensive end at such a young age without playing in college. So many people were so worried about Shaedon Sharpe. He got injured in the summer league right out of the gate. People were worried. Not Blazers fans. Not Blazers fans, man. They got a freak athlete, and he is a star at least in the making here. But moving on from that, not even getting ahead of ourselves, what you're looking at genuinely is an underrated, unbelievably deep basketball team, okay? And like I said, Justice Winslow didn't play last night, and we haven't seen Gary Payton even touch the court this season. So it pans out, what it looks like they're trying to get to go down, and what's gonna go down, is they're prepping Shaedon Sharpe. I mean, he's starting these fourth quarters. I know it's a bench unit, but every minute you're out there on the floor is very valuable. And so what they're doing with Shaedon Sharpe is they're getting him ready. You're going to see steadily and probably slowly an increased role on this basketball team. And once it comes playoff time, because Portland will get to 50 wins, trust that, and they will also definitely make the top 6 seed in the playoffs, or at least the play-in tournament. Let's be real here. I'm not trying to get ahead of myself, though, so I'll hold myself for a second. But Shaedon Sharpe, they're just getting him ready for playoff basketball. They're getting him ready to make an impact this entire season leading up to the playoffs when it really matters. So I just like that. I absolutely love it. Jerami Grant, once again, I mean, this was such an underrated acquisition. We could probably do a live stream for an hour on this channel, which, by the way, if you guys are enjoying it, hit the like button, hit that sub button. I've been posting a ton of Blazers content, especially after their 4-0 started. They're so fun to watch right now, but we've been posting Blazers videos for quite some time. You guys show a ton of love. Let's try and get this video to 100 likes. That would be absolutely awesome. But Jerami Grant, man, I could make a whole 30-minute video just speaking about how underrated of a basketball player in general Jerami Grant, and then we could do another half hour on what Jerami Grant offers the Portland Trail Blazers. You saw it last night, and if you watch the game, it's not like Jerami Grant was completely taking over. You saw that at the end of the game against Los Angeles. He got a huge bucket. But Jerami Grant's one of those guys I rely on. And people put so much stock into, Jerami Grant's coming from Detroit where he was a 20-point-per-game scorer, but, that's good stats, bad team. Let me tell you, good stats, bad team doesn't exist. That just straight up doesn't exist. You can use Jerami Grant. You can use Christian Wood. And if you talk to any Detroit Piston fan, if you talk to any Houston Rocket fan, if you talk to any NBA fan who's familiar with both of their games, they will tell you the same damn thing. Those guys are hoopers. Jerami Grant is a hooper. Last night, 21 points. Only went 1 of 6 from downtown. However, it was just consistency. It was the most low-key 21-point game of the season. And what Jerami Grant offers you on both sides of the floor, these are guys you want on championship rosters. You have your superstar, you have your role players, you have a little bit of everything with this Portland team, and it's just so fun seeing it all come to fruition. Even Nurkic last night, 13 points, 12 rebounds, 6 assists. But it really was the Dame and Simon show. They combined for 60. They went absolutely off. But the best part is, because we're coming off a game ago where they had a combined 11 turnovers. Simons and Lillard had a combined 11 turnovers, my bad. And last night we only saw 2. We saw 2. 2 combined turnovers. 1 from Dame, 1 of Simons. And that's what we knew. We're like, all right, well, Dame hasn't played live basketball in a while. To be quite honest with you, neither has Simons, neither has Nurkic, neither has, they haven't played together in a while. I mean, preseason, I'm not really going to count that. So we knew it was going to be a little shaky off the start, but the thing is, they were still winning games. They were still not even playing great basketball. But that second half last night, that was great basketball. So just wait for Portland, because they're here. They're making noise already. So let me know what you guys are thinking. As always, hit that like button, hit that sub button for daily NBA content. If you want more Blazers content, show some love down below. Let me hear your opinions, and I'll see you guys later.